Ujambo mwenzangu, ujambo sana, habari gani mahali popote ulipo? Karibu katika kipindi changu hiki cha Tuko Riadha. Hii ni episode number 87. Nashukuru sana. Welcome my friend. I hope you are doing good. I hope things are cool. I hope they are warm. I hope you are healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, and all of the above, because it's important, isn't it? It's all important, it's all inclusive. Nothing happens in isolation. It's a total unit, because unit is what it is that you have, and it is unified in love. Well, it is Tuko Riadha again, and again we are talking athletics in different formats, in different angles, and I come to you, it's a sense of humility, knowing that it takes time away from your time just to say hello and view it and subscribe to it at times. And by the way, I can celebrate my milestone of 30 subscribers. Hey, I started with 0. I got 30. Who knew? I'll be 30 for 30. I'm celebrating it right here with a sense of humility, as I say. And I thank you guys for sharing the good news. The good news, the good news. Yeah, it is good news. Good news indeed. Sticking to good news, I want to continue this promotion of Michael Johnson, alleged 400-meter runner, 200-meter former world record holder, and 400 at the same time, Atlanta, Georgia, 1996. He's a man of integrity, well-spoken, a great man in athletics. He worked for BBC for a while before he had some his health was compromised, and he's still reinventing himself. And he has formed what I share in this platform, a parallel of competition against the Diamond League, the European circuit, and all that in athletics, where he invites different caliber of elite athletes to compete. He's talking of hosting them in Kingston, Miami, Philadelphia, and LA. I'm looking forward to 2025. Looks great. It's the World Championship year. It's going to be in Tokyo, Japan. Looking forward to that. So there's a lot to talk about in 2025. I'm salivating. I'm salivating. After Tokyo, how do you salivate after that? It's recovery time. So Michael Johnson is rolling out this Slam Grand Prix track. He calls it, there's a certain name he calls it. I don't remember right now. But anyway, I've been talking about it in my episodes. Check it back, about maybe 2, maybe 4 behind this one. I think the new signing is Gabby Thompson, who signed up. She's a gold medalist, 200-meter runner from America. She's the last one to sign up, and she didn't particularly say she's going to be doing this and that. She's just open. I don't know what that looks like. So far, the lineup of competitors in this inaugural or this new event, this new parallel competition with the Diamond League in Europe, looks to be predominantly American. Maybe he wants to localize it. I've said this along. There's another caveat he took the other day that bothered me. I get uncomfortable when people say this. They go into this Messianic thinking, because yes, I admire the add-on value to track and field component and competition, but this Messianic, I'll make something great again. We've had this before. So Michael Johnson says something fascinating to me in an interview. He says that he's only able to save track, but not field events. Or, we call it track and field because there's this track and field. The field has to do with jumping, high jump, pole vault, triple jump, and all that. But he says it's going to be focused mostly on track, which is around the track and all that competition there. He says this with a kind of an hyperbole for me. Maybe he's trying to oversell. He's trying to really like hype it up, which is okay for beginners. But I think you need, for me, I would recommend that if somebody is coming up with something new, is downplay it a little bit. Hopefully it gets the traction and attraction, if you know how that goes. So yeah, I wish him luck, but the narrative, this component, this Messianic, this making something or saving something, is track and field in decline? Maybe. I don't know how that looks like. I don't know how that is looked, which lenses people are using, because I think what Michael Johnson is trying to do is looking at the present audience with their attention span. Let's keep it real. Even for you to watch this long of my blah blah talk, it takes a lot of humility. I know some of you mute it, some of you just put it on triple speed because you want to get to the 10th minute. Sometimes I go 20, and I appreciate you if you stay with me because I think we are not very detail oriented. We just like a snapshot, TikTok snapshot. So that's the attention span maybe he's looking at, where he's trying to have this accelerated viewing of something, and we have that quick finish, and then we go to the next thing. That's where we are right now. Our brains have been condensed. We have microchip. We used to have macro hardware back in the days. We cannot watch things more than 2 minutes. I'll be lucky if you get to where I am right now in my conversation with you. So maybe that's what he's trying to do, Michael Johnson. I wish him well. I think it's a great thing. It looks very North American thing, maybe away from Europe, and that flying across the pond is trying to invite some elite athletes from Japan, Tanaka, and of course Mary Moraa and the British athletes. So he's trying to be inclusive and go global. To me, it looks very North American thing, though it's not very pro South American. Like I mentioned, I think the Jamaicans are missing in action. Looking at the lineup, maybe they'll come late and surprise us. I don't know. But anyway, that was just my take on that. Let's stay with athletics. Let's stay because tuko riadha. Riadha means athletics. That's it. I don't talk about anything else unless my brain goes did it and switches to a tangent of a subject. Yeah, so there was a family back in the days that were competing to be a king, and they lined them up, and the prophet came and was dumping some oil, olive oil into their heads. It didn't work until they found a king. You know the rest of the story. So olive oil is an historical oil. It has a long history. I think they say that olive oil is as old as civilization. Okay. So what am I talking about? Why am I talking about olive oil? Because Puff Dirty had baby oil. You know where he is. Okay. So it's been an year of oil. How it flows, how it is applied, where it is applied. Please don't be very specific. You cannot have olive oil and baby oil in the same sentence. Not to Puff Daddy, okay? Whatever his name is. I'm not into following that story, but it's a funny story. It has its own victims and it has its own culprits, okay? So olive oil, baby oil, what am I doing with this? Brigham Young coach Ed Easton finally says olive oil is not just for King David, it's for the BYU cross country team because 5 minutes before the race, they didn't have to inject themselves with steroids, they didn't have to do anything, they didn't have even to do anything at all. All they did was apply olive oil on their skin and they were insulated from the elements of the day, which was cold weather in Wisconsin. I didn't make that up. You can check it out. The coach was interviewed and proclaimed to the world that olive oil that saved the king, David, brought victory to BYU. Do you know what BYU is? It's in Utah, Brigham Young University. And it has a very, very deep connection with King David. I didn't make that up again. I'm just bringing good news to you. I'm proclaiming again this year to be another year that has just gone by, and olive oil and baby oil are in the news. One, you know where it's going, and the other one is trophies for BYU cross country team. I didn't make it up. I'm just here, the voice in the wilderness, saying, go olive oil into salad, on your body, insulate your body against the cold elements, and you can be as safe and win at any cost without any steroids. Wow, I can't believe I just said that. It's still the most expensive oil, I guess, out there right now. That is good news. and I share good news on this episode 87 with your brother, with your human being on this side of the planet saying, hey, see you on the other side of the pillow, man, because make sure you oil yourself correctly. Use the correct oil moving forward, my friend, and I recommend olive oil. If you like baby oil, you know what time it is, you know where they're at. It was love, man. Kudos to BYU cross country team. They did it in style. They just slid into the finish line, winning with olive oil. Go olive oil, the oil of kings and queens of BYU.